Hey Radiant Souls, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome for the first time. My name is Heather. I'm so delighted that you're here. I want to talk today about something that I'm hearing from a lot of you in comments, in questions, in messages, and that is, I'm behind on my path. Why do I feel like I'm not doing enough? Am I doing enough? Am I in the right place at the right time? Have I missed it all? There are a lot of us feeling that right now. And I want to talk through that a little bit and also give you some tools for integration and really working through that for yourself. Instead of feeling like I'm not enough, I'm behind, that person is evolving or ascending faster than I am, or there goes that group of people doing those amazing things and I'm not there yet. I want this video to be your permission slip to let you know that I promise you you're right where you need to be at this time. So let's dive in a little bit deeper to this and see where some of that is coming from for us. And the first place it comes from is comparison. Anywhere you look, you can check on social media, you can look on YouTube, you see this wealth and this amazing bounty of people doing spiritual things. There's the retreats, there are the channelings, there's the conversations in podcasts, and that is all so beautiful and delicious. And for me, it's such a joy and something I celebrate because it's normalizing intuition. But it can also lead us to think, I don't have what that person has, or I don't work in that same way, or my intuition doesn't do that, or they came to it late in life and look how quickly they accelerated and here I am and I feel stuck. So comparison is one of the thieves of joy. That's a quote and I can't remember who said it. If you know who it is, pop it in the comments below. But that's one of the things that gets us feeling that antsiness or that kind of anxiety about, oh, I'm not doing enough, because you see so many examples of other people doing the thing. So another factor that impacts this is impatience. We see this in a lot of areas of life, but we also see it in our spiritual practice or in our intuitive development where I want what I want and I want it now. Why can't I have the thing? I like to think of this as being in the backseat of the car. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? And whether you're looking at that as your personal development or the collective development, there can be that kind of like, come on, let's get to the good stuff already. Why am I not able to drop into meditation for 2 hours a day? And why am I not able to psychically scan every area of my life and find what I should be doing? And we get this impatience, and maybe a couple of those were unrealistic, but we still want what we want when we want it. And that's kind of human nature, and you have to realize that that's part of that anxiety again, or that anxiousness that you're feeling about why isn't it here yet? Because we also are so accustomed, especially in Western society, to things being quick. The 2-day delivery window is now an overnight delivery between 4 and 8 a.m. because you have to get the thing super fast. And we are sort of that seeping in to our spiritual development, something that should be a little more evenly paced and can stretch out over some time. So just know that that's a filter that you're kind of looking through when you're feeling a little impatient. Another aspect may be unrealistic timelines. And for this one, I picture it like if you've ever gone on vacation and you've booked a visit to a museum. Sometimes they have visitation windows or admission windows where they only let a certain number of people in a period of time. So your ticket may be stamped for 10 a.m. and that's when you can show up and go see all the beautiful things. That doesn't mean you get jealous or judgmental of the people who are showing up at 8 a.m. before you or the ones who are coming in the afternoon after you. Everything has its own timeline. And sometimes we just think that it should fall into this logical progression, or it should happen because we're seeing so many other examples of it, back to that comparison. But that unrealistic timeline, because when it comes to spiritual development, practicing your intuition, diving into that authentic version of you with all those innate intuitive abilities tapped on and tuned in, it just takes the time that it takes. And if you're working toward it, you're evolving at exactly the right pace that is perfect for you. Spiritual growth isn't linear, and it isn't a race. And you never know for someone else what they're integrating, what they're working through, what they might be avoiding. So what you're seeing them display may not be full integration, and they may be working through things behind the scenes that you don't even know about. And then same for you. You are integrating as you go. Give yourself that grace and that space to celebrate that, acknowledge it, and remove the pressure of it needing to happen in any certain time. So some signs that you're actually on the right track are your awareness. If you are feeling that you're aware of that personal growth that you have, you can see that if I look back to 2 years ago, I have made so many changes, or I've implemented so many different habits, or I see the world so much differently now than I did 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever that measure is for you. For some of you, it may be even a shorter window than that. Awareness is activation. Awareness is development. So celebrate that for yourself. Give yourself credit for that one as well. And if you are also questioning, healing, feeling those vulnerabilities and turning those vulnerabilities of yourself into strength, and maybe you're feeling things differently in the world. Healing is growth as well, so celebrate that. And if you're listening to your inner soul, if you're seeking out those topics that interest you, those podcasts, those conversations that light you up, those books that are so fascinating that you can't wait to dive in, that's you following your path as well. And just know that all those things are being placed in that buffet of goodness for you to choose from, because that's part of your development. So what if you reframed the fact that you may feel behind, or you may feel like you're not doing enough, or you may feel like it's not the right time, as it's all unfolding in the right and perfect way for me? And what if you thought of all the detours as the beautiful scenery along the way for you instead of the delay? It's a detour, but it's part of your strengthening. It's part of your progression. It's part of your growth. Spiritual journeys are like fingerprints. There is no one right way to do it. No two are the same. And trust me, everybody's perspective is needed. Everybody's own activation in the way that they do it that is unique for them is perfect and is exactly the medicine that is needed in the world, in the universe right now. So you're not going to get it wrong. You're not going to be too slow. You're not going to hold somebody up in that. And then the opposite of that, or attached to it, but a different way to look at it, is anybody else who isn't tuned in, tapped in, switched on, they're not holding anybody back either. It all happens in the right and appropriate time. It's all part of this big constellation of events and this big unfolding of everything, of all of our evolution. It's so individuated and it's so beautiful that it always happens through your own unique perspective and your lens. So I want to share with you 3 affirmations to help you reset when you start feeling that I'm not enough, or I'm not where I want to be yet, or I'm going too slowly, I'm not evolving quickly enough, I'm not developing at the pace I want to. Try these out and see if they help recalibrate you or reset you just in that one moment. So say to yourself, I release the illusion of falling behind. I honor the sacred unfolding of my journey. Everything I need comes to me in divine timing. And when you're saying those, really feel into them, breathe them in, and breathe in this sense of calm. It helps me to always kind of imagine sitting in the middle of a very still lake. And then as I'm exhaling, or as you're exhaling, release any tension, any pressure attached to that. And imagine that as the ripples going out from you into the lake, and they're absorbed by the lake shore. And that's your sense of calm. So I release the illusion of falling behind. I honor the sacred unfolding of my journey. Everything I need comes to me in divine timing. So again, there's no rush. You're right where you need to be at this time. I want to also share some deeper integration, some questions you can use to prompt yourself, sit with these, journal with them, think about them while you're having a cup of coffee in the morning, and just let the answers come to you in the most authentic and real way, and help you kind of be okay with your timing, because it is perfect. So the first question, I had them written down over here. The first question, what areas of my life do I feel behind in, and why? And then kind of second to that is that pressure coming from my own inner voice, or am I looking around and seeing that external comparison? The second question is, who or what am I comparing myself to right now? And is that aligned for my unique path? Sometimes we'll look at the people external to us and think, wow, she's really doing the thing, or she's got this beautiful way that she expresses her intuitive abilities. But that's completely unique to that individual. Maybe it's not even right for you. Maybe it would be like wearing a pair of shoes that were too small and didn't quite fit you. So whenever we're looking at what somebody else has, it's often not really what's aligned with our truth. It's just an example, which is, again, beautiful that we have so many different examples. But that doesn't mean that you're trying it on. What I'm seeing now from my guides is, like, if you have the same outfit and you put it on 4 different people, everybody's going to wear it differently because they are inhabiting the outfit. It's not the clothes that are exactly the same. So it's not the expression of the intuition that's exactly the same. You bring your own spirit, your own soul, your own essence, your own authenticity to it. So if you're looking at someone else's outfit and saying, oh, I would like that, it may look completely different on you. It may be too itchy or scratchy or tight or loose. Find your own. The third one is, what beliefs about time, success, or worth might be limiting me? And you can dive into that too to see maybe where those came from. Are they your beliefs? Were they established kind of by your family or by your peer group? But a good one is, I haven't figured it out yet, but I will. If you can kind of tell yourself that. I don't have all the answers now, but I trust that I will. And that's a nice way to reframe it. Often we tell ourselves the opposite. If I don't know it now, I'll never get it. Like so many other people are getting it. There must be something wrong with me, or I must be flawed in some way if I'm not there yet. So that's a construct of your judgment of time and your judgment of your own success and really your own resilience. So kind of deconstruct that for yourself and see what's under that for you. What soul lessons have I already integrated, even if they don't show externally? Give yourself some credit for the work you've already done. I know anyone watching this has learned something out of life as a soul lesson. So something that made you grow, something that made you pivot, something that made you change, something that felt like almost you changed your prescription. You know, if you're someone who wears contacts or glasses, you know what that can look like. What for you have you already recalibrated that you see so differently now, more clearly? And give yourself credit for that. What if my delays were actually preparing me for something deeper? And I bet you can look back and see this as well. I have so many examples of this where it feels so frustrating to be delayed, but the delay was actually a moment of pause while the universe, God, creator, source, arranged all these other things that had nothing to do with me. But it's kind of like going to a party, and if you get there too early, the food's not out yet, the drinks aren't there, the other people aren't there. So there's things that are outside of your timing, and sometimes your feeling of delay is just allowing those to coalesce, to build, to get there. And if you're rushing, you're going to be off of the timing, and you're not going to get to see or be or experience what really is destined for you, what you've created, what you're magnetizing to you. But you have to take that component of time out of it and trust that it's always going to unfold in the perfect time. So then on that, what would it feel like to trust divine timing completely, all the time, consistently? It's a tricky one because, again, we want what we want when we want it. But if you think into what would that feel like, I want you to really feel it. What would it feel like in my energy? What would it feel like in my emotions? What kind of language would I use on a day-to-day basis if I trusted the timing of everything? And give yourself some examples of that you can go back to. And almost, we're going to go back to like a clothing analogy, but try those on for size. If you can write out a few things, if I weren't worried about timing, if I trusted divine timing completely, the next time I hit a delay, I might say something like, oh, things are lining up for me. So if you give yourself some examples, the next time you have a delay and you have that instinct to be like, I can't believe that I got turned down for this or that this thing happened. Oh, wait, I have these tools that I can use. I can go and try those phrases, try that energy of the phrase, not just saying the phrase, but being in the energy of the phrase, try that on and kind of recalibrate yourself in that way. What does alignment look and feel like to me right now? That's another one, the right now, the present moment. What does alignment feel like? Does it feel like, oh yeah, I probably need to stop rushing because that's making me not really even appreciate the spiritual journey. I want to savor it more. Maybe it's like the dark chocolate where you can bite into that and eat it really quickly and it's bitter and it's done, but if you let it dissolve, it gets this richness to it. So maybe alignment for you doesn't feel rushed, but you've just been thinking, I need quicker, I need now, because we're so programmed to do that. What small sacred step can I take today to honor my own rhythm? Is it a prayer? Is it taking a pause? Is it signing up for a class? Maybe action is aligned to you or for you, but not in a grasping and rushed kind of a way. But I'm going to go into a mentorship with this person, or I'm going to promise myself that I read and understand and digest one book a week or one book a month. And I'm just going to let that unfold for the next year, or whatever that is for you, whatever feels aligned. Maybe there's something ceremonial that feels aligned for you today. How can I be more compassionate with myself as I grow? And a good way to think of this is to ask yourself, what would I say to a friend if they were coming to me with this same anxiety or antsiness or judgment that I have of myself for not being enough, for not being where I want to be, for not being there yet? What would I say to them? Because sometimes we'll give the best advice away to someone else, or the best compassion away to someone else, and we won't give it to ourselves. So how can I be more compassionate with myself on my journey? I trust that I'm exactly where I need to be because. And don't overanalyze this. Let it come up. I trust that I am exactly where I need to be because I feel so excited about the potential. Maybe you honestly feel excited about all that can be unfolding, but that excitement, you were kind of wearing it as anxiety. But maybe really, when you take a slower, calmer look at it, it's excitement, and it feels more like alignment than you were giving yourself credit for. So I hope you found this helpful. I really just wanted to come here today and share some of this because like I said at the start of the video, I get these questions all the time where people are feeling this pressure to evolve and like go faster now, do it better, get to where I need to be, and then I'll be spiritual, then I'll be intuiting, then I'll feel more aligned. But remember too that we're always on a journey. So that destination that may feel for us like accomplishment, like, oh, here's that thing for me. That's the next level for me. I'm there. I'm good. I'm solid. Well, then by the sheer nature of what it is to be human, we're going to want another level, another thing to explore for ourselves. So that sense of satisfaction too is a little temporary because we're always going to be growing and evolving. So just looking at where you are on the map and saying, I'm not growing or evolving enough, that might get you to the next step. But then you'll just also feel like, oh, I'm not growing and evolving enough again. So now I got to go to the new thing. So what if you just dropped all of that expectation for yourself right now? Use some of these tools to integrate and just be present, be so celebratory with where you are, because you are amazing and there's no one in the world like you. Your light is so needed as part of the medicine for this world. And I'm so honored to walk alongside each and every one of you right now. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.